thanks unto thy Lord, O Carmel. Rejoice, for God hath in this day established upon thee his throne, hath made thee the dawning place of his signs, and the dayspring of the evidences of his revelation. Well is it with him that circleth around thee, and recounteth that which the bounty of the Lord thy God hath showered upon thee.
He verily loveth the spot which hath been made the seat of his throne, which his footsteps have trodden, which hath been honored by his presence, from which he raised his call, and upon which he shed his tears.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
This is holy ground. This is not ordinary earth. This is the place on the earth where the prophets of God walked. This is where all the dreams of the poets of the past have come from this place. And in years gone by, they dreamed of what this mountain would look like when it was covered with all the people of the earth, when all the people would come, and when the laws would flow. And now we are the people who are seeing this prophecy coming true. It's an extraordinarily spiritual place.
Mount Carmel. The modern-day fulfillment of its ancient destiny began in 1868, when a ship carrying Baha'u'llah and a small band of persecuted exiles paused here, en route to the cruel imprisonment waiting across the bay, the foul and desolate fortress of Akka. What to outward appearance was the end of Baha'u'llah's influence marks the beginning of the efflorescence of Mount Carmel, the appearance of the seat of God's throne. Following the relaxation of his confinement, Baha'u'llah again visited Carmel, stood near these trees, and pointed out to Abdu'l-Baha the spot upon which he should construct the Shrine of the Bab. During his last visit to the mountain in the closing years of his life, Baha'u'llah pitched his tent near this spot and revealed the Tablet of Carmel, the charter for the institutions of the Baha'i faith at its world center. Just below, the ancient cave of Elijah and the Carmelite monastery, where monks kept vigil to watch for the return of Christ. According to eyewitness accounts, Baha'u'llah's voice was so powerful and compelling that the monks came out of the monastery to listen as the tablet of Carmel was revealed.
Call out to Zion, O Carmel, and announce the joyful tidings. He that was hidden from mortal eyes is come. Ere long will God sail his ark upon thee, and will manifest the people of Baha.
Following the ascension of Baha'u'llah in 1892, Abdul-Baha labored with single-minded determination to raise the shrine of the Bab and fulfill the instructions of his father. Finally, on the evening of Nowruz in 1909, he laid with his own hands the sacred remains of the Bab within the modest shrine he had constructed on Mount Carmel. One day in 1915, Abdul-Baha told one of his companions that the sublime shrine has remained unbuilt. To another, he said, "The shrine of the Bab will be built in the most beautiful and majestic style." That task was to fall to Shoghi Effendi, together with the even greater challenge of giving form to the institutions of the World Administrative Center called into being in the Tablet of Carmel. For 36 years, Shoghi Effendi devoted himself to the development of this sacred spot in the midst of God's holy mountain.
It's like a heartbeat in my soul, and I know that I can't live without it. It's like a